Juliana Olayinka, my colleague from our London studios, is up and ready for this conversation. Good morning, Juliana.
Good morning, Bosun.
Yeah, thank you so much. Let's enjoy this market calm a little bit before Mr. President wakes up. We're not too sure what he's going to tweet us here as soon as he wakes up. So let's enjoy this moment for now until the boss is up from bed. This is the morning after very nasty Monday. How's it looking like in the UK?
Well, here, I must say the investors are still struggling to get over that crippling headache, which was caused by the trade rhetoric since Thursday. Analysts here in the UK are predicting that £100 billion worth of value was swiped off the FTSE 100 because, of course, we were reporting triple-digit slumps. This morning, as you said, it seems to have eased slightly, and I can presume that's because, of course, Donald Trump is more focused on domestic policy rather than geopolitical economic issues. But he has said on record that he does think China has manipulated their currency. So again, there still seems to be some trade talks. The FTSE 100 opened below 43 points. So even though it isn't as bad as yesterday, there still seems to be a long way to go. China, again, they've said that they will stop. They'll ask their state providers not to be purchasing any US agricultural goods. So it could get worse before it gets better. But this morning, the UK British pound seems to be trading above the US dollar by 0.21%, but it's fallen against the euro by 0.62%. So again, it's a wait-and-see day in London.
Yeah, it's a wait-and-see day. Everyone is looking at what happens when the U.S. wakes up, what will get President Trump's attention, perhaps the Chinese, the trade fight, or those very deadly shootings in Ohio and El Paso, whatever that is, and the domestic politics in the U.S. But let's talk a little bit more. Give us a few more minutes, about 3-4 minutes, to chew over a few corporate news in the UK market. Intercontinental Hotel, a very big brand, not only in the UK but around the world, is reporting better than expected numbers for the quarter. How much of these numbers do you have, and why is this so? With all the Brexit, we thought a 5-star hotel like Intercontinental, folks are still coming in and enjoying the hospitality of the UK.
Some people like the hospitality and they won't stop using that kind of hotel. But Intercontinental Hotel, you know, they're reporting good numbers. Their profits before tax increased by 25% from £301 million to £375 million. They've been saying that that is due in part to Europe. Their European market is on the increase. They said that their UK cricket tournament really brought in a lot of customers enjoying their hotel leisure and suites. And of course, there were particular trade fairs in Germany, and that sent their profits soaring. But their shares did plummet 4% today. Why? Because their biggest market, which is in the US, seems to be stagnant at the moment, which has sent investors a little bit afraid. There are some market analysts that are suggesting that corporate hotel stays in the US is down and that their occupancy level isn't really as vibrant as it is in Europe. So a lot of people are wondering which strategy Intercontinental will be taking next. They have 400 hotels in China, and in China they're using a model which is staying away from managing the big hotels and focusing more on franchises and just overseeing some of the smaller groups. So this seems to be a way forward for them, but a good day for their European market.
Well, for folks who stayed in Intercontinental and elsewhere, Domino Pizza, the last time I had a little bit of a taste of it a couple weeks ago. I don't do that often these days again for getting that to that age where you eat less of those things. But why is the number? This is listed on the UK, on the London Stock Exchange. What's happening to it? Why was the profit down 27%?
Well, their profits have slumped
you
24%, which is huge. And the weeks before that, they announced they were going to be having a new chief executive because their head boss is stepping down. He's retiring. So they're looking for a successor to take over. But they're struggling in Europe. We've discussed many times on your program that the takeaway.com boom of Just Eat, Amazon are getting into this market. It's very, very competitive. And many of the franchise owners that Domino's Pizza have in Europe are not willing to expand because they want more of a profit share. And that's sent the investors into a frenzy this morning. They're wondering whether or not Domino's can survive in such a competitive .com boom of takeaway. No longer are customers just going to their one favorite takeaway shop when on an app you can have several others. So they have announced that their head boss is stepping down today and they're looking for ways to expand in Europe. Some are saying behind the scenes that a merger could be taking place soon.
I hope you have the app, Juliana. Get some orders of pizza ready for me. I'm touching down in London, perhaps before the summary, so I'm not too sure yet. So just get ready. Perhaps we can just have some pizza, then that will boost the bottom line for Domino Pizza. But Royce, just to wrap this up, Royce says he's ready for a no-deal Brexit. This is one good news from a company, this automaker, luxury automaker, who says, well, we're ready for no-deal Brexit. Is it because the big boys will still buy a Rolls-Royce no matter what happens?
Well, they definitely will, because recently Rolls-Royce profits have been plummeting year on year, although this year they've been announced that their profits haven't been as low as they have been in previous months. But their CEO, Warren East, he was speaking exclusively to a BBC radio station, and he said, look, you know, we would rather a deal, but we're prepared for a no-deal Brexit. We've been stockpiling. They've been stockpiling goods worth up to £100 million. And this is a really big story for the UK car manufacturing industry. Of course, Rolls-Royce don't just do cars. Their big market is in engines. And in Derby, the north of England, they are the biggest private sector jobs creator. They've got over 24,000 jobs. So the fact that a big company like Rolls-Royce is saying, you know, we're sticking with the UK, deal or no deal, is really good, not just for the people in Derby, but I would say for Boris Johnson's Conservative government.
Okay. Thank you, Juliana Olayinka from our London studios. Thank you so much. You do have a great day. We appreciate your time.
Thank you both.
Yeah, those perspectives from the UK market. Take a break, everyone. Let's finish up at the home front here. We're going to downtown to our Market Street.